What's going on, everybody? My name is Jack. Welcome back to the Adobe Photoshop Masterclass, bringing you from beginner all the way to intermediate, fully understanding the program, being able to maneuver in between, different projects, different types of graphics you're creating, etc. And first off, we got a quick 2-3 minute max little section here before we jump into how to actually create the files and all the different dimensions, etc. you want to be using for, the first files we're going to start creating. I want to quickly, very quickly, very emphasized on the word quickly here, familiarize yourself very, very quickly with the layout. So we're going to do a bigger breakdown of that in episode number 3 coming up next, but quickly, let's make sure you're not lost. So first off, when you load up Photoshop, if you have done a couple little tester projects by yourself before getting invested in this course, or if you've done loads of stuff, you will probably have some recent projects down here. Now, obviously, if you are completely fresh to the program, if you've never even done anything, which a huge portion of you guys will be, part of that sort of tribe as well, there will be nothing here. And don't worry, as you guys create projects and, as we work our way through this course, you will start to stack up a good amount of projects here. As you see, I clearly have as well. So that right there is going to be your recents. And overall, if you load up a new project, you can quickly go into whatever you were last working on without actually wasting too much time. That is pretty self-explanatory. Of course, over here on the left-hand side, you've got your create new and your open, which we will be getting to in the creating a document episode, which is literally coming up next. We're going to go through my personal, go-to settings and also some cool templates and presets you can use to save time. Of course, up here at the top, this right here is mostly locked off, being that to actually unlock a lot of these features and being able to really access them, you've got to be in an active document and you have to have it open, which of course we're going to be getting to. But quickly to summarize up here, this is your standard file edit 2 right here. These are, going to appear in every program that you use, whether it's Microsoft Word or Adobe Premiere Pro. And, essentially what you can go ahead and do is click up here. You've got file, you basically have a replication of the create new and the open down here. So more or less, you can go up here and you could create a new, or you've got your open recent, which is more or less a a different layout of what you've got down here. But of course, they're going to display about 19 different projects you can go through, 20 actually different projects because it counts as 0 right there. So we've got 20 different recents we can open, which is almost always enough to find whatever you were recently working on and need to mess around with. Now, in terms of the exporting, etc., we'll pretty much be accessing all of this through shortcuts, which is going to be coming up next. But edit right here, again, all of this stuff will more or less become available as we actually create a new document. However, the most important thing here is going to be the preferences. This right here is how you actually sort of just customize the sort of back-end stuff revolving around the program. But anything that's really going to be important here, we will get to, but just so you are aware where it's at. Preferences is here. Sometimes you guys might want to even change the interface, whatever the case may be. Of course, that right there is stuff we'll get to later. We've got the image, layer, type, select, and filter, 3D, and view. All of these right here are going to remain locked. The next one that we can really mess around with currently before we actually, dive into the program itself by starting an actual, document, creating an actual document. The only other thing that's kind of applicable to us right now is the window and help. And window, for example, is how we do our layout, how we arrange our layout, etc. You've got workspace at any time. If you accidentally delete a key thing and you're scared, you can of course go here to workspace and reset essentials. This will essentially reset everything to be just back to normal, which, by the way, when you're starting off in a program is a pretty key thing to remember how to navigate to, based on the fact that often it is very possible to kind of mess some stuff up and not be too sure what you can do. But that's always a nice quick reset. But that concludes our quick, very, very, very brief, again, emphasis on the word brief here, overview of the program. We're now going to jump into creating a document in the next episode coming up.